Live and raw, running and gunning with KG and the Ringmaster. It's the Diggin with KG and Ringy Runnin Gunnin Podcast Show. Coming to you from the prestigious ATC studios in beautiful downtown Burbank, California, where we talk about treasure hunting, metal detecting, and just about everything else. Except for goat roping, corn dogs, llama farms, and unicycles. That's where we draw the line. So without further ado, here are your beloved international superstar television hosts, King George and Ringmaster Tim.
All right, Cage, ready for this? Oh, I know. We're on there doing a test, and you're just like, well, you know, are we going to go live? And I'm just like, probably not till tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I mean, speaking of Florida, obviously we got to talk about FH7 a little bit because we had a blast. I mean, we had an awesome 8 days or whatever it was. We were down there. I mean, the event itself was pretty darn awesome. You know, everybody knows we have a thing for that. You know, we love supporting our military because they protect us and everything. And so it was really an awesome thing to be a part of. Hey guys, KG, you lost your voice. Yeah, we see that. Yep, we're going to have to start over. It's a good idea, Richard. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start it over.
Okay, yep, we're live now.
All right.
Jiminy, Christmas.
Do it again.
Hopefully they can hear.
Talk.
Check,
can you hear?
Check. Well,
Yeah. I mean, I got
right.
levels for you this time. It was the weirdest thing ever because the levels on here, they were popping just fine for you. And then on the live feed, there was just a dead zone. I don't get it.
All right. I'm just checking the feed. People can hear me now? Hear me now. Tim, you've been trying to write me out of this show since we started.
I've tried, and I thought maybe I could just have it happen where you would just kind of fade into the background completely, and it would just be my show. But,
they hear me now. You know, because it wouldn't be a show if, you know, it would be a show like if they couldn't hear you, but they have to hear me. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
All
Okay,
right. Well,
so
let's go back.
7. We're talking about Florida Hunt 7. Everybody knows what an awesome project it was, but you were saying something about that. You were saying how much money they raised for this thing. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, Florida Hunt 7. Now, I heard they raised like $24,000 for the vets. I mean, how awesome is that? I mean, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
Yeah,
you know, they're protecting us. The least we can do is raise money, you know, to help the people that need it when they come back, right?
Absolutely. It's phenomenal. And we had a great week. I mean, it was an awesome 8 days we spent down there. We had the event itself, but we also made a whole bunch of other stops. And I think I started talking about this, but it was like we're going to do an extra long quick hitter about that. We had so much going on. We can't even get into it right now because, you know, we've got our guest waiting and stuff. We got to get him in here. But we are going to show you just a little bit here of some of the stuff that went on during the week. There's Greg, the spearhead of the whole organization. And, you know, he did a great job setting it up. And there were some pretty cool things found. I know I didn't find all that much, but I heard that, like, there was some Spanish silver and some other stuff found, I think. Oh, I did get a ring, though, you know.
You did. There was a silver ring, too. It was a beauty.
Yeah.
That was Calico. We did some Calico stuff.
Yeah.
Some autographs. Hung out with some good dudes. Oh, that was a meet and greet.
Yeah.
That was,
and hey, there's Jerry. I'll show you this in a minute, but he made some awesome cups for us. I'm drinking out of it right there. I'm drinking out of it right there. You didn't have a cup. You just had a beer.
Butch Holcomb. He's a world famous dude.
Sergeant Whitey was there. There's Mini-Me.
Oh, yeah.
And a fish. Yeah. We had a good time. Went to Spanish Main.
Spanish Main Antiques.
Yeah.
Stole some gold and silver out of that place, but don't tell them.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
Gary did a bunch of artwork for this thing again. I mean, he and Mark and Greg and stuff were just phenomenal. They really helped make it a good project, a good show. And that last picture you saw there was Brian Monroe, our new buddy there, and he's obviously a vet, and he's
got a touching story. We're not going to go in depth on that, but metal detecting pretty much saved that guy.
Yeah,
so,
it's awesome.
That's a cool deal. And we had our buddy Lance LaFayette from Mississippi. He drove up. Marty come down. Gary, Mark, everybody. I mean, it was a blast. All the dudes from Detect America.
Yeah, they were all
up.
here. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Steve wrestled a 8,000-pound pig. And the pig, I think the pig bit him or something.
Yeah. It seems like we had the pig thing on the last show too, where we were wrestling pigs. It seems to be a theme here. And then the one thing I did find there was a pig tag I found out. Remember, I thought it was a tool tag, and it ended up being a pig tag from that local farm there. They used to use them when, this little piggy went to market. Yeah.
When they farmed. Yeah, I mean the finds weren't the greatest. I mean there was some silver. There was actually some. Wasn't there? There was some good silver found at the hunt site. But it was more about getting together, raising money for the vets, the camaraderie. I mean, people came from all over the United States to this thing. Some of them came from Idaho, and some people drove like a day and a half to get there.
Absolutely, yeah, it was phenomenal. Hey, let's get Chris in here.
Get him in.
Because he's been waiting. We'll just get him in here, introduce him, and we can talk about this some more if we want, whatever. But, let's get the guest in here and see what happens.
It's 1:30 a.m. in England right now.
Yeah, it's like almost 2 a.m. there. So, we got to be a little nice to him maybe. But here we go. Ready?
Today's guest.
All right, Cage. Let's see if we can't get him in here. You can go ahead and keep jibber jabbering to whoever you want.
Oh, jibber jabbering! I'm just playing on my phone, trying to share this thing. No, it was a great time. Raised some money, hung out with some dudes, drank like a couple brewskis.
Hung out with some dudes, huh?
Yeah, right. You're gonna get your face slapped.
All right, hold on here. Let's see. There he is. Is he in there? Chris, are you in there? I see him. There he is.
There he is. He probably went to bed.
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah. Here, let's bring him in here. Oh, we got the cat coming in. We got all kinds of stuff happening here. Hold on a second.
Hey, Chris. What's going on, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for staying up so late and coming on our show. And yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's 1:30, is it? No, 1:45 Wednesday morning. Morning.
Wow.
Hey, Chris. Chris, say hi to the cat.
Hey.
We have some cat soup later.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you got for poor Chris?
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff to talk to him about. Actually, somebody just wrote one in, a couple of questions here, if I can find them. Oh, what was the first good thing you ever found detecting? Now, before we got to talk about Chris here a little bit, but you can think about this for just a second,
the
Chris.
Intro on old Chris.
Yeah. But anyway, Chris, this is what you might as well take a second and think about this for a second while I'm introducing you, because it's like, what is the first good thing you ever found detecting that wasn't like garbage? So mull that over for a minute, and I'm going to tell these people, in case they don't know, who Chris is. Okay. Yeah, I did a lot of research and wrote this little paragraph. So our guest tonight has some amazing detecting accomplishments under his belt, and he heads up the metal detecting tours in England in an area near the border of Wales. KG and I have done several tours with him over the years, and as a group, we've come up with some pretty amazing finds dating back around 3,000 years. Chris likes tea, crumpets, blood pudding, and handsome redheads. Please welcome the esteemed Sir Chris Langston of Shropshire. Yeah. All right, Chris. So, if you can put your tea and crumpets aside for a second and maybe answer that question. It was from Lance, by the way. You may know this guy.
Yeah, Lance was on your last tour of duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the cow whisperer.
Yeah, the cow whisperer. So what was it? What do you think? What was the best, not necessarily the best thing, but what was the first thing you found that you thought, hey, I'm going to take this home and it's not garbage? Because we know you found like axe heads and crazy awesome stuff.
When I very first started, we were finding lots of, I suppose, what you call greenies, like George III half pennies,
like Wheaties to us.
And I found what I now know as a bullhead sixpence, but it was so corroded and worn. I thought I'd found a Roman coin, and it was my very first silver, and it was my very, So I was thinking, because big. You've seen a bullhead shilling and a sixpence,
right. Yeah, I think, in fact, I think KG's got one right here.
I found a bullhead. Yeah.
There it is right there, Cage.
Yeah.
How's
that's
that?
A big, fat head. That's like Ringmaster's head on a coin.
Yeah, those are cool. I remember finding one of those, one from like 1819. Does that sound right? 1819 is about right time period. Yeah, no, I was so happy when I found that first one. And Cage, that one you found was in stellar condition.
It was beautiful.
That was my very first find. I thought, it was a Roman coin, but it wasn't. But it's still such a great find.
Yeah. So, do you still have it?
It's in one of the drawers somewhere, right up in the museum.
Yeah.
I've got some pieces to show you behind me just here.
Oh, all right, awesome. Yeah, let's do that. Why don't you just show us some stuff? Show and tell time. Heck yeah.
Well, this is the first axe head that I found, and that's a Palstave one, which is around about 1400 BC. That's like 3,500 years old, and that's would have been a piece of wood half to this part here, and then all bound, and then to use in a chopping motion like that. I think I've demonstrated things like this to you before. It seems very familiar.
Right.
Yeah, so
can you hold it up closer to the camera just a tiny bit?
Yeah, that's 500 grams, that is, and that's made of bronze. And you can actually see some of the scrapings and marks on there, and all the indents that you can see. There's like all indents just inside, just there.
Wow. How old is it?
That's 3,500 years old, there or thereabouts. It's like a just before the socketed axe heads. This is around about 1400 BC, something like that.
Wow, that's crazy.
So what's the one I found then? Is that a socketed axe head?
It's a socketed one, which is a little bit later. I think that's more sort of about 800, 600 BC. It would have been the flat axes, then the Palstave, and then the socketed, and then they go on to other bits and pieces. And there it is, upside down or the right way up. Oh, no,
yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so that's one that came out during our thing. Hey, what else you got behind you there?
Just to show you, I mean, you hear a lot about these cartwheel pennies, and to give you a sort of an idea, there's a normal sort of like half penny, which you'd find over there, George II, George III, and a cartwheel penny, as people are familiar with, is a lot bigger, like that, and these weigh an ounce. A cartwheel
massive.
They're a huge beast of a coin. But then, if you're very, very lucky, you might find a cartwheel 2 penny. And look at the size of that. 2 ounces of copper. Imagine that rattling around in your pocket. It's just...
Geez, no wonder they got lost. They probably broke through the pocket and fell right out the pant leg.
Well, everybody down there, their pants are hanging down. It's not because they want to look like gangsters. It's because they got those cartwheel coins in their pocket.
There's like I've got loads to show you really, but and then that's one extreme to the other. But this coin's so small I can't even pick it up. To give you an idea, that's the cartwheel 2 penny again.
Yeah,
2 penny, and that's a quarter of a hammered coin.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a little cut piece.
Yeah, that weighs 2 ounces, and that weighs something like 0.3 of a gram.
Wow.
That's a farthing, if you like, and that's 4 farthings. So,
that's really cool.
That's amazing. Now, what's a normal thing a person that goes to England? What's the normal thing a person could expect to find? Like if a guy come over there and went out hunting with you, what's something they can generally count on finding?
The sort of thing that you're generally going to count on finding are musket balls, George III's, George II's, George I, Williams. You're more than likely, there's a very high chance, as you know yourself, you have to put the hours in. Sometimes it happens like that, but hammered coins, to be expected. I don't think we've had many guests that have been here that haven't gone back with a hammered coin, or a handful like you boys. It's so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Musket balls, all sorts of things, and you will get. It's not, the fields aren't laid with treasures. We get all the same stuff as you. We get coke, we get hot rocks, we get canned slaw, we get horseshoes and iron and nails. But when you're trying to dig for little tiny quarter coins like that, that's when you need to be tuned into your detector, really.
Right, definitely. Well, I got a little thing here. We can just talk right through this, but it shows a little bit from the last 3 years that we were there. I'm just going to run it here, and we can keep talking about it. It's going to go fast, so if you want to see one of these pictures, I can pull it up later. But here, just take a look at some of this stuff we've done in England. It's a spectacular place,
Whittington Castle, right by the accommodation there.
Right.
And, but yes, there's some good times.
Yeah, there's Spindle Whirl.
That Papal Buller as well. And so there you go, some horseshoes from the UK and a lead inkwell.
Yeah, the lead inkwell was crazy. Oh, and I love that sterling, that awesome thimble that he found. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sterling silver one. Yeah, and that's all these hammers popping up and some good stuff. Who's that ginger fella?
I don't know. I've never seen him before. He just kind of popped in.
Yeah, nice every button, and of course, there's that axe and that merchant's ring.
Yeah.
Sarah Hill's ring.
Oh, that thing made me sick.
Remember when I found that gold ring, guys, and everybody was super happy for me?
Nah, we want to forget that. There's the pub, the boot.
And then it always deteriorates into this, It
always, in the end of the day, always ends up with drinking and eating.
And punching. Yeah, but we had some awesome times over there. We found a lot of stuff, and when that inkwell popped up, I still remember that story. I dug that up, and I had no clue what it was. I thought it was just a big hunk of lead, which it was. And I walked back, and that was one of the times where I had a super phenomenal trip over there, which is like every time. And I had already found like an axe head, a 900 BC axe head, and all this stuff. And I'm like, and you're just like, everybody's showing Chris stuff. Like, is this anything? Is this? And Chris is like, rubbish. And then I'm like, what's this? And he just stops and he looks at me. He's like, you're kidding, right? And it was a medieval inkwell, and everybody's standing around. And I thought for sure I would be like hanging from a tree within 20 minutes,
Yeah, you found some good stuff as well, George.
Yeah, I've done good. I mean, I think the Ringmasters trumped me a bit, but man, I've got hammered, medieval, spindle whirls. I can't even name the stuff I have.
What was that coin that you found down south? I seem to forget. What was that one?
This one?
No. The one that you found.
No. Yeah. The Saxon penny.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
What was it again, George? Not to make a jealous.
Yeah, basically there was two. There was a Saxon skeet and a Saxon penny, a full Saxon penny, because the real good detectorists, they can find two complete coins. The mid-level detectorists, they can only find a half of a Saxon coin.
See, now I disagree with that, because half a coin is a lot harder to find than just a full coin. Anybody could stumble across that big signal.
Yeah, but the skeet is like half the size of your half.
Yeah, actually, that was one of the England trips that you did smoke me on that. I mean, I couldn't complain because I found a half a Saxon penny too, so I was ecstatic. And I found a silver spill and stuff, but KG was on fire. Saxon skeet and a full-on, Edward the Confessor silver penny. That was pretty awesome.
It all balances itself out, I reckon.
It does. It all balances out. And then, this one has always been one of my favorites because it was the first time I remember I was hunting.
You'll have to explain that.
Yeah, I was hunting with Chris, and that's the papal seal that came from Rome. And I'll let Chris explain it a little bit better. But the funny part about it was when I found it, Again, I had no clue what it was, and Chris is standing there over me, and he's just like, I can't even repeat what he said, but it was just awesome. I knew as soon as his reaction, it's like, oh, I guess I found something good.
But yeah, it's that was a very good one. Got in the local press and everything with that. That's it's only one of two recorded in the UK, and it's
Pius the Fourth or something. Second.
Yeah, Pope Pius II. Only one of two recorded in the UK, and those are the document seals which go on paperwork from the Vatican. So, and that's almost like a get out of jail free card. You could get food because you needed to get this message to another one of the churches. So, yeah, and those led to corruption. Those little seals did on those letters. Hence why Henry VIII started with the Reformation and what have you.
Man, it's just amazing you can find that kind of history. It's just amazing.
On the reverse, on the one side, you've got Pope Pius II, and it says papal, as you know, and on the other side, there's Peter and Paul. Is it
Saint? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is Saint Peter and Saint Paul.
It's just a beautiful thing. It's a little bit worn. There are better examples, but wow, I'll take that.
Yeah.
What year is that? About what year?
1350 or 1450, there or thereabouts. It can't be any later than I'd say 1500, 1520.
Right.
I think it was dated. We dated it to about 1385 springs to mind.
Yeah, I think so. It's still over there in the museum somewhere, and
the Oswestry Museum.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's all locked down as it is all over here at the moment.
Yeah, tell us about that. What's it like over there? Because we're kind of opened up, and we basically can go wherever we want. Obviously, we still wear masks and stuff, in some places.
Sometimes.
But yeah, it's not.
I think you should all the time, Tim.
Yeah, he should wear a freaking ski goggle mask. Cover that mug.
Well, I could just wear an old diving helmet or something from the 1800s.
Hello, sailor.
Hey, sailor.
Yeah. No, so you guys are still on lockdown over there, or what's going on?
Yeah, we are all locked down still. It's all the restrictions are beginning to get eased. Luckily, metal detecting in the last month has been re-allowed again, because we were all stopped metal detecting from just before Christmas till about 3 weeks ago, and then we were all allowed out again, but only as individuals, and no big group digs are allowed out at the moment. But we've been allowed out ahead of people playing golf. Why you'd want to do that, I don't know. But so we're quite lucky, really, that in England we are allowed back out now.
Right. And Chris, there's a lot of questions on because England's a pretty great, awesome country to metal detect in, because you actually get most of your fines back. Can you explain the process that of how you go about when somebody finds something and how they get it back? What takes place?
Basically, when you guys at the end of your stay, whether it be 7, 10 days or a weekend, if you're staying in the UK, you get to keep all of your fines, and they should get reported through the flow, but that's down to the person that lives in the UK. Now, when people come from abroad, we have to apply for export licenses, which basically means all of your fines get recorded, and certain fines end up on the British Museum's website. And once all that process is done, which can take quite a long time at the moment, there's a big hold up with the pandemic and what have you. And once all that's done, then it all gets exported back to you. Now, the museum or the fines liaison officer gets to look at everything. And if there's things in there that he would like to keep hold of, or thinks they're worthy of recording as treasure, that throws it into a different ball game again. But the Treasure Act, we've had a few treasure cases, but it's not a sort of thing that you get on every tour, as you can imagine, finding hoards and certified treasure. But in those cases, it has been disclaimed and sent back. And there's gold ring that you saw just then falls just out of that Treasure Act. So, and Tim's kindly lending that to the Hill family display. and then that will be coming back to Tim as it's all been laid out with the curator of the museum. So it can take a little bit of time. You know, if you work out how long it's all been in the ground and how long it takes to come back to you, it's a very small amount of time. So yeah, it's nice to know that all your finds are properly recorded.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's the one he's talking about with the Hill family is the gold one there. And the other one, that merchant ring, Chris, that was found on the same trip, I don't know, a few days before or something. And that one kind of got overshadowed, obviously, because of the other one with the history and all that. But the other one, I still am not 100% sure what that was or how old that was. What can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, it's no good. I'll keep that one.
Okay. All right. I'll send it back over. Actually, I don't know. I think it's still over there, actually.
But that's a Tudor, sort of like Tudor, so Renaissance period, 1500 to 1600 merchant's ring. And it's a seal ring. So a merchant doing his documents would have used that to just certify.
Oh, to put it like in wax or something?
Yeah, or to seal letters, or I expect it'll be in wax, or maybe it'll have
ink
run across. Probably wax. I would have thought it's in the relief's in reverse, isn't it? So it takes the impression.
So how old? 1500?
I'd say 1600, and I'd have it down in the UK. I'd say what would you say? Tudor.
Merchant. Right.
Tudor. Because not everywhere has Tudor and Renaissance period. So, you know, it's the sort of thing that you'd see in Venice around about 1600s.
Right. And while we're on that subject of, you know, rings and you know, serious stuff like getting stuff through the flow and everything, can you tell me a little bit about this and why the redheaded guy is super interested in it?
Well, that
Oh God, that's a beating right there.
Yeah, that's what the Welsh air does to you, I'm afraid.
Digger Dawn wasn't there, so.
Yeah. Well, it always ends up like this, you know, at the end of the day.
Lance, I think he had all kinds of back problems and he was sick half the trip, but he forged through it.
He did. He pulled through, you know. It's so funny. I remember him sitting there eating lunch just like in a daze, and we were like putting grass and stuff on him, and he was unaware of it. Yeah.
You know, I didn't realize on this show, Chris actually bought a couple guests with him. You want to show us some guests?
Oh, yeah.
The one guest is it's just fallen apart. I've been playing with it too much. But oh no, this isn't going to have the same thing. But it's like,
dig it down.
Dig it down. Ooh, me cup.
Hey, where's me cup?
Where's me cup? It's in the boot.
But it's it's been making me chuckle moving her mouth up and down. So,
yeah, I bet it has.
Richard like that.
Who's that?
Oh, Rob, where's he? Did he ever get out of jail? Did he ever get out of prison?
Did he get out of Facebook jail?
No, we don't talk about that anymore.
Oh, we don't talk about that anymore. Okay. Well, tell him we miss him, and you know he has a special place in our hearts.
I've put my hands over his ears. Don't talk about the injunction.
Yeah. Speaking of Rob, let's see what else we got here. There might be something else I have here. No, I can't find it. Well, but here I've just found this. In case anybody hasn't seen this, I can't remember which episode this was. I think it was the most recent one, not Saxon Silver or the Golden Ring. What was the one after that? Oh, Castle Coinage, the last episode we put out. Chris made a cameo in that. There he is.
Nice. So, Chris, what we just seen that you what is your best find? I guess I just seen on this messenger. What is one of your best finds you've ever made over there in England?
Here's another great one. This one's an actual treasure case. I found that with the AT Pro, and it looks quite unassuming. It's made of silver, and it's called a silver bodkin. And everybody back in the day Before there was elastic, before there was buttons and poppers and all the rest of it, everything was laced up. All the garments were laced up. And so imagine like a bodice or the side of your trousers or your socks. It all contained thread. So the one piece of thread just gets hooked around this end, and then this part is fed through all the eyelets. And and so that's silver, that's treasure. That dates from the same period as that ring. So that's Tudor, around about 1550. And if you look, there's a hole in the one end there, and in that end there, and
So that's treasure. So that's the thing they would use to lace up those things in the back, and then they would squeeze the women so their waist would be small. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but before there was buttons though, so this was it's to do up anything. So even a gent, because there was no bits and pieces, everything was laced up.
Oh, okay.
I probably threw a couple of them away thinking they were rubbish.
Rubbish.
Yeah, I found 10 or 12 of those. Tossed them right in the ditch.
What else have we got here? This is another one of my favorite finds as well, which is a British oblique arrowhead, which is a pretty amazing thing. That's around about 8,000 years old.
Wow.
And, but yeah, that's just you get these sort of things over there, but it's that's in really good shape. That one is.
That's phenomenal, and it was supposed to look like that. Like the two ends weren't supposed to be the same length, right? It's not broken.
It's meant to be look like that. Or it's all got working all around the shorter one. So that's what makes it a British oblique. You get British as well, where this has got working all the way around it, but the British oblique ones you can get with a long tang coming down there, but this is a short tanged one. And here's another cool thing. That's a paw spout, medieval in date, and it's got a dog's head on it. So basically, this would have attached to a leather sack or a pewter jug, and this is made of copper, and that's where the liquid pours from.
Unbelievable. Wow. Yeah.
Look at all the cool stuff over there.
We were excited when we found a sterling ring and a 1885 Indian head penny last weekend.
But yeah, it's but you what's your oldest find over there? You know,
over here.
My oldest was 150 BC.
No, but that's in Europe.
Not in England. Yeah. Okay.
Over here.
Oh, brother. Roman, so whatever that is. No, yours is that Celtic gold coin.
No, but he's talking about in the USA, right, Chris?
Yeah. It's keeping the program.
Oh, well, I don't want to embarrass myself by saying.
Well,
I found one from the 1600s. It came from Yemen. It was a coin that came on a tobacco and slave ship we found in Rhode Island. So that's my oldest coin.
Yeah, and like when I was in high school and stuff, during the summers, I would work the corn rows in Iowa. You know, you'd walk along all day in the heat with a shovel on your shoulder, digging out volunteer corn. And then after a rain, you'd see these arrowheads laying in the ground. So I'm guessing they are probably older than anything I've ever found. You know,
how does the corn volunteer?
It just grows from last year in the wrong place.
Ear out like pick me.
Yeah. Yep, it does. Honestly,
Okay.
it grows in the center of the row, so you got to dig it out. I'm an Iowa boy, so I'm going to actually know this stuff. Hey, I just realized that I have a brand new set piece behind me that I haven't even turned on yet. I'm going to go turn it on. I'll be right back.
Oh, I know what he's got. He's got a new computer board in the back there. Yeah, look at that. He spends more time on that stupid studio than he does.
I got my Star Trek panel behind me now. I was all proud of it.
I almost said something bad.
It was inspired by Gary Penta. He actually sent me the light bright that goes up there in the corner, which I don't have a switch to it yet, so I could turn it on, but I'd have to climb up there to do it.
I could turn all the noses on my deer.
You should get it just wired up and then have one switch to flick, and have it all come on.
Yeah. Oh, and I do have to say before I get hammered by two people, all these deer and elk went in my freezer, and it was some of the healthiest meat I've ate all winter. So let's get that over with before they complain.
Nobody's going to complain about that.
All right.
I'd like to say all of these hats behind me have never had heads in them.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know, because we got to keep this all PC. Everything has to be perfect. Yes. Yeah. As you can see.
Anything you want to share about your new computer?
What new? The one behind me, the electron particle accelerator. I haven't really, it's just, warming up right now. We'll see what it does later. Or what else do you want to talk about, Chris? We've already talked about the COVID situation over there, so everybody knows about that. But you can still get out and find stuff. What'd you find recently?
What have I found recently?
Yeah.
Today's finds, I found 2 marbles.
Nice.
That's I think they're both out of those bottles with the marble in the neck. I've had those.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
A Vicky penny. That's from around about 1800. That's today's hunt.
Nice. That baby's worn smooth.
Spindle World. Which
You found that today?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Weirdly, a stone one I found today as well.
Wow. Hey, explain Spindle World. What do they do?
It's basically it's for a drop loom, so to carry on centrifugal force. There'd be a stick pushed through the hole. So a stick goes through about yay high, and then you feed like wool, spinning it while this acts like a centrifugal force on the bottom. Excuse that, it's very difficult to do. It can go the wrong way.
Keep doing it. I don't get it yet. Keep doing that, Chris.
That's what that's for. It's that's a stone one, so that's probably pretty old because that's all been hand bored through. It's not been
right. So what's the date on them spindle whirls?
These ones, this one, it's got like a nice decoration around the side. So it's all decorated like the one that you were holding up before, all around the edge. Nice and fat. These are around medieval sort of time. Quite difficult to put an exact date on, but around about medieval, I would say.
Okay, and they're made out of lead mostly.
Yeah, you can get Roman ones, but they tend to be the chunky ones and blank. I'm so told. And then the stone ones are probably older than the Roman ones, I would have thought.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
so Chris, if you come to the U.S., what would you want to hunt if you came from England over to the United States? What would your bucket list hunt in the U.S. be?
I would say I'd like to hunt for gold nuggets.
Oh yeah,
Can
do that kind of right out here where I live.
Yeah, that would be a real bucket list thing what I'd want to do. And what else? I would say an old American Civil War coin or a buckle, I guess, as well. They look like, the CS buckles.
Oh yeah.
That's
one of
cool.
those. That'd be quite.
That's cool to hear because most of the people here like, England, we got to go to Europe. So it's cool to kind of reverse that.
No, I was just going to say you always hear about everybody wanting to go to England. Everybody wants to go to England. And, I don't really hear very often. Yeah, I can't wait to get over there and find something from the 1800s.
Yeah.
I suppose any of your old coins, the Indian head pennies, I found an IHP over here in Shropshire, which had a pierced one, which obviously came from America, and someone kept it close to their heart. It'd be nice to dig one in the States, I guess, as well.
Yeah. And remember when Richie was over there, and out of everything you can find in England, Richie finds a silver U.S. dime.
A mercury dime. He found a mercury dime. I remember that. It's like he travels all the way over there, and then, I want to find a hammered silver coin, and he finds a mercury dime. How weird was that?
It was set into a cane top, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, strange. And but yeah, so yeah, there's quite a few things. A lot of Native American stuff, like the arrows and tools. I'd like to find that too.
Right, right. Tons of arrowheads and stuff over here. If you get the right area and the right weather conditions, yeah.
I could put you on some deer and elk.
Hey, Kay, speaking of cool stuff that comes from over here, talk about this. I think you got it over here.
Oh,
show Chris
yeah. Chris, have you ever seen one of those? This is actually this is how they used to make buttons back in the old times. I guess it ran all the way into the 1900s, but these are like old shells out of the rivers, and the lakes had them, but they had actual button manufacturing company. There was actually one here in Iola, Kansas, and they would drill into the shells, and they would make buttons out of them, for garment buttons. So I found that when I was digging an old bottle dump the other day, but that's pretty freaking cool. I've seen them before, but I've never actually found one. And I know there's a lot of places that have them, but that to me is pretty cool.
Like a mother of pearl on the inside, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then after you shine the button up, I mean, they're beautiful. They almost look like a pearl or something.
Right.
One of the odd finds that I found over here is are these, and they're made out of the same material as a clay pipe. That one's broken in half. They're completely solid, and these were by an old bottle dump. Any ideas?
Wow.
Nose ring? Like a nose ring.
So it's like I say, they're clay.
I got a couple ideas.
They are clay wig curlers.
Wig curlers? No way.
Yeah, so like in the 1700s, and they used to have like wig. They used to have to set all the curls in the gentlemen's wigs, and these are what they used to set the curls with. They'd heat these up.
Okay. It's like in them old pictures when them guys had that long hair, like pictures like they're in the court and stuff, and they got them long white wigs.
The white wigs.
How you'd imagine a judge in Britain to be today with his little curls and his, that's what they'd set them with years ago.
That's cool.
That's quite cool.
It's just amazing that they still wear those wigs. I mean, at some point, wouldn't you think?
Wigs, don't they, as well?
They're what?
The people that wear them are called wigs.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Stop wigging out.
Hey, let's give away some stuff. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
yeah, we'll give away all of Chris's stuff. Whatever you see there. Yeah.
Give away a wig curl.
Yeah, this one's for a wig curl right here. Whoever wants it. Here, we'll run this. Yeah, and that thing. All right, here we go. Ready?
Fantastic finds.
All right. Now we had somebody find some really, really cool stuff, and it's going to take me a second to pull it up here. Because I got to go find it. I wasn't well prepared. Obviously, we were in Florida, and I didn't really pay any attention to what was happening in real life. But yeah, this guy sent this in, and he definitely deserves to win.
And mention how they win again.
Oh yeah, you can do that if you want. I mean, all you got to do is just leave a comment here.
Comment on anybody commenting on this this podcast link. It basically they're entered. We're just gonna pick a name, and next week we'll draw your name out. You'll have a week to call in or message us, and you win it.
Yeah, and
that is freaking.
This
awesome.
is the stuff they found. Obviously, whoever found this, they know that they've won already, but I got to see if I can find their name now, because I know that's in here too. But look at that. They found it all at once. It was two guys, actually. Two guys found all these things like in a little cache or something. So I thought that was pretty impressive. All right, there it is. There they are. Andrew Smith and Martin Lane just I always say that, PM us your info, and we'll send it to you. I always say
don't PMS us. We already get too much of that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just a freaking awesome set of finds, and I guess they wrote in and told me a little bit about it, and they said that they think it was all together, all lost in the same place. They found it all within like 10 feet or something. So that is really cool.
Chris, tell me about that Saxon spill you guys dug up over there after we left.
Yeah, we had a tour over with Nugget Noggin, and he came with Preacher Digger. And on about day 6 or 7 of the 10-day tour, just over, to make you feel a bit ill, over ground that we've all hit before. In fact, Richie and Alex found a couple of nice hammers in the same field. But what was the Elizabeth I? And we just went in the same field. Preacher Digger managed to get 6 of these Saxon head with the Confessor expanding long cross.
Wow.
About 2 weeks later, I went back over with my friend Adam, Bagman. We should give him a shout out.
Right, Bagman. Shout out to Bagman.
The Bagman.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, everywhere he goes, he carries a bag with him. Most people have a backpack and all that. Well, the bag boy, everywhere he goes, he's got like a sack like he just left the grocery store. We're like, what's going on there? And I guess his whole family does that, huh?
But it is a bag for life, and that's a big commitment.
Yeah, it is. Bag for life. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, me too. Going in.
All right. Hey, let's give away the grand prize. And by the way, before we do this quite yet, when we were at FH7, I got to give props to everybody. I mean, they gave us so much stuff. I mean, KG, I got literally piles of stuff sitting here.
This bad boy here.
Yeah, you got that. Look at that. I got one of those too. A leather card case. It's so cool. It says FH7 Ringy, and you can, opens up. You can put stuff in it. That was from Bob Hunt, I think. Was it Bob Hunt? Yeah, he gave us that.
Bob Hunt.
I mean, we got stuff from the Gold Digger. We got masks here.
Detect America guys. We got shirts. We got masks. We got jock straps, I believe.
Yeah, Dan's lanyards. Gave us some lanyards. I guess they're called Danyards. And then the Grony Boys. We got stickers there. Look at this. The Texas Sod Buster. This was kind of cool. He sent us some stickers and stuff. And I noticed in the logo that the shovel he used is the NX5 that we make, which is kind of cool. That's part of the logo. And then we got stuff from all over. Look at this. The cop detector. Got a golf towel from him too. And we got stuff from the Fat Fool. Gave us a copper round with an alligator, and we've got duplicates of a lot of this stuff. So we're going to be giving away a bunch of it.
Fat
in these
Fool gave
things.
you a copper round finally?
Heck yeah. Look at this. It's got an alligator on it. So some lucky guy will get to win this. We got all kinds of extra FH7 stickers, patches, all this stuff. So, I mean, we're going to be giving away all kinds of stuff. And the grand prize.
America guys were giving out hugs like crazy.
Oh,
Steve
they were.
Frank
Yeah, those guys.
Ronnie, you wouldn't know it because Ronnie's kind of quiet on the show, but he's a hugger, man.
He is. We had some great Italian food with those guys one night. We went out to a party. I think it was Saturday night, and it was a hug fest, and there was a lot of snuggling on the couch and everything, and I really enjoyed it. Steve's a nice guy. He's got a kind of soft arm I can lay my head on. I miss you, Steve. Shout out to Steve.
Do we got more gifts?
Oh, yeah. We're giving away some gifts. So here we go.
Prize giveaways.
All right, let's give this away. Let's see. All right, and this, like I said, these guys, all you had to do is leave a comment on the thing, and it goes to the next week, and then you got a week to claim your prizes. But Peter Davis, I'm not sure we know him. Do you know him, KG? Personally or anything? I don't either, but he's all he's got to do is PM us, and we'll give you your prizes. We got a whole bunch of stuff here, whole box of stuff to send you, including some fake Spanish reals that KG threw on my pinpointer after he stole it while we were detecting last weekend.
Maybe Lance can send him some tokens. I hear he had a whole bunch in his car.
Marty could too. Marty left. I remember Marty left, and I took that. There was a grapefruit that we were throwing at each other at our B&B, and then I picked it up, and when we went to the thing, Marty was leaving, and he didn't have anything in the back of his pickup truck, so I laid that grapefruit up next to the cab. So when he took off, he was driving down the road, and every time he'd slow down, it would go roll up and hit the back, and then roll back and hit the cab. And
and then you stuck a stack of tokens on his visor.
I took a stack of the tokens and stuck them right above him on the visor, and as soon as he flipped it down for the sun, they went everywhere in the car.
Yeah, we found quite a lot of those tokens.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, everywhere. In fact, one guest there was if you remember, you can forget Hammered Hill, where all those short cross pennies came up.
Right, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, we all found part of the hoard, and somebody put one in there.
Oh, I don't know who that would have been.
Probably Carlotta.
Probably, she probably did it.
But fortunately, another. There you go, that one.
Yeah, that's the hill right there. Man, what a great hill that was. And I always got to give props to Bo because, Chig kind of called us in on that when he discovered that hill, and everybody got a piece of the action after that.
Every time I went there was 2 feet of mud.
Oh, yeah, that one year we couldn't even hunt it because it was just, you couldn't even walk in it. It was a disaster, yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so I remember Brandon going back in all that mud as well, and they're all getting shocked by the electric fence, and the farmer ended up doing donuts in the field in the end, and then we were pulling some out of all of that mud as well. It was horrendous.
Right.
Yeah, the final count on that hoard was 44 silver medieval coins.
No kidding. Amazing.
Just there, I think I had 19 in the end myself. Bo had 4 or 5. How many did you have?
I think I just had 1. I think, and CB had 1.
One. So Brandon 5. Adam Bagman, he had a few as well. So
nice.
Yeah, 4. Very nice. And then with the permission now, we don't go there anymore. The farmer unwittingly put green waste all over the fields.
Of course, so it ruins it. Yeah,
rendered those fields sort of like null and void, really.
Right. Tell people that don't understand what that means.
Basically, you get there's a biodigester unit, and they put all of the bits and pieces in.
It's fertilizer.
It's fertilizer, yeah, but it comes from all of the stuff that comes out of what we'd have in the UK, a green bin or a brown bin, which is for all of the sort of vegetable matter. But they put doors and anything wooden through as well. And the system's designed to take, before it pulps it all for this anaerobic digestion, when it pulps it all, the magnets pull out all the steel and all the metal, all the wood goes through, happy days. But non-ferrous stuff's not magnetic, and all that hence gets spread across the fields. So the fields, once they've had this stuff on, which isn't every field, it's only occasionally happens. Right. It's full of IKEA bolts and can slaw and bits of nuts and bolts, and just undetectable. So unfortunately, it's only happened on a small part of one of our lands, and we managed to get a lot of treasure out before that happened as well. So.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome.
This loss sucks, but the treasure's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else you guys want to talk about, or you want to call it a night? What do you want to do?
What time are we on? I'm going to have to head off to the land of, I'm going to give you that little taster of a coin now.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm going to have to head off to bed soon and catch some birthday sleep.
Yeah, you need to do it. And you've been a real trooper. Everybody should thank Chris for doing this because it's 2:30 in the morning over there right now. So, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Good work, buddy. Thanks. We miss you. We're sorry we didn't get to come over this year, and hopefully we'll get back there one of these days.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be good. I'll keep your place warm for you both.
All right.
Thank you. I get my old room back upstairs.
Yeah, with the display bed.
Give Lance the blow-up mattress again.
Yeah, with his bad back, he had to lay on that blow-up mattress, and then every night I'd come stumbling in and spill the cereal all over the place, and be like, "Shh, don't wake Lance up," and everybody else would like fall over me. And
you know that hunt is amazing because not only you get to go treasure hunting for like an unbelievable amount of time, but you hang out with your buddies, you go down to the pub. The pub was built in like the 15 or 1600s. You drink some cold beers, you laugh, you walk back to the hotel, have a good time, fall asleep, and you wake up the next day and the van's there ready to take you out and put you on another field.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally staying when you stay there at 150 yards from a medieval castle from the Norman invasion.
Yeah, the one we showed just brief, we're literally right there. You can walk a block and you're standing in it. It's crazy.
You're having your dinner and it's literally over the road is the moat to the castle. I'm going to call it a night, and thanks for having me on. And if you want to check out what we're finding, what I'm finding, or what the guys or us guys are finding, check out the Instagram page, which is at Metal Detecting Holidays. And there's daily posts going on there of the sort of things that you find in Shropshire.
Yeah, I see them all the time. I've subscribed to it. But yeah, it's at Metal Detecting Holidays, right?
Yeah, and I think you do. Is it at Ringmaster Tim?
It is. That is my Instagram handle, as they say. That's what the kids say,
That's it. That's a handle.
Cage, you got something to say about that?
I'm staying out of it.
All right, Chris, thanks for everything.
Yeah, Chris.
I think we're all done. I'm going to just take it out then, okay, guys? And be sure to leave a comment. We'll have it up on YouTube in the next day or so, and it'll all be good.
Everybody that stayed with us and didn't bail on us when we lost connection the first time when Ringy screwed up, we'll draw a name for the 500 million-year-old fossil, and we'll give that away next week.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right, guys. Thanks for everything. We'll see you. Peace
Chris.
out.
That's it for this week. Thanks for watching the Runnin Gunnin Podcast Show, brought to you by Garrett Metal Detectors and ATC's NX5 Diggin tools. Check the ATC event calendar at anacondatreasure.com for showtimes, and tune in again for another extraordinary program packed with brilliance, insight, and fascinating guests. Wait a minute, am I still talking about this show? Anyway, may silver and gold find its way into your pans and under your coils this week. Nectar in the pot for everybody. KG and Ringy out.